Hi, everybody. Greg Gimeno here, Chesapeake Wills and Trusts, and author of the book, How to Protect Your Home and Life Savings in Maryland. And in today's video, we're going to discuss at what age should you look to do an estate plan. Okay, so one of the questions we get a lot from people who call us or come to our workshops or watch our webinar is, what age should I really start looking to do an estate plan? Some people say, well, I'm too young. I don't have enough assets. I'm not about to go into a nursing home, so I really don't think I need an estate plan. Well, here's the answer. And the reality is you should always have an estate plan, regardless of your age. Now, your estate plan may get more complex as you get older, but at every stage of your life, there is some planning that you need to be prepared for. So let's talk about the progression of estate plans. So we talk about estate planning as a two-act play. Act number one is what happens to your stuff if you're alive but disabled. And act number two is where does your stuff go after your death. Most of the people we talk to kind of ignore act number one, which is, something happens to you, who's able to access your stuff, handle your affairs. And just because someone is named in your will doesn't allow them to go to the bank and access your funds if you become disabled. So let's start with basic planning. So let's say we do a married couple, let's say, who just got married, maybe renting an apartment, no kids. For someone like that, it's still good to have an estate plan. Maybe a simple will, we'll call a sweetheart will. It says, I give everything to my sweetheart, I give everything to my sweetheart. Maybe there's some very general, basic powers of attorney that if something happened to one of the spouses, that the other spouse can have access to the other spouse's retirement, life insurance, do some things like that. As that couple progresses through life, the next thing they have children. Well, now we need to have a more enhanced will that says, okay, if something happens to me and my spouse, this is who I want to take care of my children. It's called the guardianship provisions, the selection of a guardian for your children should something happen to you. And, oh, by the way, how are we going to handle the assets? We can't just give assets to a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old. So we want to create really good trust provisions as I give it to my kids in trust, and this is who's going to be in charge of it. And this is, when the trust would either terminate or turn over power of those assets to my kids. Those are all the things that you have the ability to plan for during your lifetime. So while that couple may be young, their responsibilities have greatly increased. And so that couple should also have an estate plan. Now let's have them move through their life a little bit longer. Let's say maybe their kids have graduated college. Maybe they now have grandchildren they're looking to protect for or plan for. Maybe that couple takes a look at doing some trust planning, maybe revocable trust planning. Because as we get older, the need for really having really good disability planning comes into play. You have to understand that not every power of attorney is drafted the same. So just say I give you my power of attorney, that doesn't mean anything. As we get older, we need to give more power to people that they can help plan in the event of our incapacity, that if something happens to us, that your power of attorney has the ability to do some advanced estate planning for you in the event that you didn't. So you go to a nursing home, we need to protect your assets so all the money doesn't go to a nursing home. Well, just a regular power of attorney that you get off the internet or get online is not going to be good enough to allow an asset protection plan to be put in place for you. So that's why we start talking about having more advanced estate planning, maybe some revocable trust planning, powers of attorney with gifting provisions in it. And then as we get sort of to the, when long-term care becomes a more realistic option for folks as they get later in life, maybe that couple now wants to look at creating some type of asset protection plan in advance of ever going into a nursing home, that they can protect their assets should something happen to them, that they know that there is something to give to the next generation. So the basic question was, what age should we do an estate plan? There is no age. We're not doctors. We can't say what such and such age you need to do this and such age you need to have this test or this blood work done. It's an evolving process. based on what's in your life, what's important to you at the time, who's in your life, and what kind of assets do you have. Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you're watching us on YouTube, take a look down below. We have some links to our online webinar, a chance to order a free copy of my book, again, How to Protect Your Home and Life Savings in Maryland. Click the like button and click the subscribe button and get notified whenever we post new videos on our YouTube page. Look forward to seeing you next time.